Isn't it funny how quick football moves? 1 minute, we've got Jeremie Frimpong posed in a photo with his, well, it still is his coach, but let's just say his then coach, Xabi Alonso. This is his official Twitter or X account. Jeremie Frimpong, lived it, loved it, farewell coach, right? That was on the 10th, and then this was earlier, this was today. Fabrizio Romano, we've got to trust him, right? He's a trusted journalist. Understand talks between Liverpool and Jeremy Frimpong's camp over personal terms have advanced again today. Players always been keen on the move, and Liverpool are progressing on salary, length of contract, every detail of the agreement. And that top line, by the way, as part of that retweet, was Jeremy Frimpong and Liverpool just a matter of short time. That's like incredible. I suppose it was always on the cards once the I guess the second best kept secret in Bundesliga. Well, it wasn't a Bundesliga, was it? It was, yeah, I suppose. Well, we can treat that first, right? So the worst kept secret in Bundesliga history was Xabi Alonso exiting stage left of Leverkusen to take over as head coach at Real Madrid. And then there was the saga, which has got quite nasty, hasn't it, with Trent Alexander-Arnold at Liverpool. The fact that, you know, he's basically just run his... Well, depends on your interpretation. He's run his contract down and he's going to leave and go to Real Madrid for nothing. Anyway, so that, you know, because every time a door opens, a door closes. A door closes, a door opens to somebody else, right? So that revolving door football, with Trent going to Madrid, it means that Frimpong can come into Liverpool. Arnie SLOT's a fan. Here we go. Look, we pick up on footballtransfers.com. Liverpool have reportedly reached an agreement in principle with Jeremy Frimpong, the Dutch. Just call him a right-sided midfielder because he's versatile, as we'll find out soon. Liverpool have reached an agreement in principle with Jeremy Frimpong as they look to sign the Bayer Leverkusen star this summer. Arnie SLOT's side are actively chasing a right-back. Again, that's following confirmation that Trent ALEXANDER-ARNOLD will depart in June at the end of his contract. The Dutch international, this is Frimpong, has excelled as a wing-back in Xabi Alonso's 3-4-3 system at Leverkusen over the past 2 years. Liverpool are bringing him in as pretty much a direct replacement who goes on a Bosman. Yeah, it feels like this article's just repeating itself. Conor Bradley has deputised well for Liverpool over the past few weeks, but Liverpool are eager to bring in a more established right-back. As harsh as what that sounds, Conor Bradley, if you happen to be watching, or your family, or your agent, as harsh as what those words are, it's true though, right? You will get your break in time. You could end up playing back up to Frimpong. You might end up going out on loan somewhere again, exceeding and coming back. You'll get your break. Honestly, don't worry about it, son. You've got immense talent. Conor Bradley there, immense talent. Multiple sources have stated that Liverpool are in advanced talks with the 24-year-old, and Nicola Schreier has now revealed that an agreement in principle has been reached with the Dutchman. This apparently, we've got to trust these sources. It's an apparent reported 5-year contract that will run through 2030, with Liverpool ready to trigger the €40 million release clause with his current club. The Dutch international has scored 30 goals and provided 44 assists in 190 appearances for Leverkusen since he arrived from Celtic in January 2021. This is Inside Football as well, commenting on his way. Don't know what that is in German. Or Ghanaian. I mean, technically he's a Ghanaian, but he's got dual nationality and he's been playing for the Dutch national team. On his way, Liverpool close to signing as deal will be completed shortly. That was yesterday because we're recording this on May 15th. Jeremy Frimpong on his way to Liverpool. Transfer will be done soon. That's after Trent decided to run his contract down at Anfield. Again, it's open to interpretation. The right back is expected to sign for Real Madrid. Yeah, we know that's going to happen. Frimpong has been a leading contender to come in and replace Trent. According to the Dutch daily De Telegraaf, Frimpong is on his way. So again, there's multiple sources pointing this one out. And we pick up here with This is Anfield. Again, very biased, but, you know, very, a very honest, authentic Liverpool-focused website. Jeremie FRIMPONG, Liverpool transfer, Nia, as top source updates on 30 million deal done, which let's call it 40 million euro. Frimpong proposed move to Liverpool has been pushed heavily from the players' side this week, and it appears as though a deal is moving ahead. And again, the Athletic's David Ornstein, and we can pick up from his Twitter account, Liverpool advancing in talks to sign Jeremy Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen, increasing confidence from the Dutch from the Dutch international camp that a deal will be stuck. He's 24, he's keen on the personal terms, won't be any issues. 35 million clause, and again, that's David Ornstein writing for the Athletic. When we come back and pick up that article here from This Is Anfield. Leverkusen are now said to be aware of the situation. This was from weeks ago, even though no contact had officially been made. But both Frimpong and his current club, Leverkusen, expect the situation to be resolved swiftly. They've got a game on Saturday. In fact, all Bundesliga clubs have got their final game of the season in match day 34, and we'll have a preview of all those games coming up here on the German Football Spotlight channel. Stay tuned for that. So it's a good time to ask you to like this video and please consider subscribing, because if you subscribe, then you'll know when these videos have dropped. Okay, and by all means, go and tell your friends, your classmates, your workmates, your family, your people that you meet on a bus stop, in the coffee queue, while buying your groceries in the shop, even queuing to get on a plane. Tell them about this channel. Bring them in. Bring them in. We'll look after everybody here because we care as much about football and the Bundesliga as you all do. So, let's have a look at Frimpong, and it seems fair to look at his data and what he offers. He is 24 years of age. He's Dutch. He's a right-sided midfielder. This season, he has played 33 times in the Bundesliga for Bayer Leverkusen. He scored 5 times. He scored recently, actually. In fact, he scored the go-ahead goal for Leverkusen against Dortmund on match day 33. It was a brilliant left-footed curling effort into the corner after an assist from that man, the man of the moment, Florian Wirtz. With people and us have done countless videos on that. Anyway, yes. So Frimpong scored the go-ahead goal against Dortmund in a game that they lost, actually. They did lose that game 4-2. However, Frimpong did score one of his 5 goals from this season. He's also come up with 6 assists. That's in the Bundesliga. In the Champions League, he's scored. Well, he hasn't scored, so he's played 10 times. He's come up with 5 assists. In the DFB Pokal, because of course they did get to the semi-final. And who beat them in the semi-final? Arminia Bielefeld. And Arminia Bielefeld are in the final playing VfB Stuttgart, May the 24th. It's in Berlin. But you can cover it with us right here on the German Football Spotlight channel. We will do a watch-along. Yeah, everyone's invited to that. Tell your friends, tell your workmates, tell your family. Get involved. We're doing a watch-along. You heard it here first for the DFB Pokal final, which won't feature Leverkusen, but it will feature Arminia Bielefeld of the Dritte Bundesliga, the Liga 3. It'll be a record if they win, if they beat Fritzl the Crocodile and Nick Voltemade and co. 4 times he's played in the DFB Pokal. This is Frimpong, 1 assist. And in the Super Cup, yeah, he played in that game too. So that's what you're going to be getting. If I flick here, you can see that all in, over 4 years with the club, with Leverkusen, Frimpong's racked up 190 games, 30 goals himself, and 44 assists. That's bloody good coming from a right back who, depending upon, well, under Alonso, he's been played in a 3-4-3 system. So most of that, you can see, most of those 190 games that he's played, 119 of those have been played as a right-sided midfielder. He's played nearly 60 games as a right back, as a wing back, bombing up and down that wing, feeding the likes of Victor. Has he got a Boniface? He had a rumour earlier he might be going to come to the Premier League. Probably not to Arsenal. I haven't seen that one yet, but he's probably coming to the Premier League to someone like Chelsea or Newcastle. And also he's been feeding the likes of Patrick Schick. Patrick Schick with 19 Bundesliga goals this season. There you go, look. So that's your man, Jeremie Frimpong. Yes, he's got a €50 million estimated value. Apparently the contract that has been talked about is for 35 to €40 million. That would make sense. And then in terms of what fans can expect of this player, he averages in the Bundesliga currently, this is per 90 minutes, at least one tackle, 0.2 interceptions, 0.6 clearances. This is his defensive duty. Put my teeth back in. Defensive duty as a right back, right full back, right wing back, so he can defend. He can put a tackle in, makes a clearance. Offensively, you can expect 0.8 dribbles because again he's very good with his feet. He's scored goals as well from that position. Again here, look, 5 goals in the Bundesliga and 5 assists. So that's 10 goal involvements coming from a right back or right-sided midfielder. Depends upon what system he'll fit into, which is an interesting point for Liverpool. Interesting point. And again, if you look at the last game that he played in, you can see there's confirmation. Look, there is Frimpong on the right side of a 4-person or 4-man midfield. Where would he play for Liverpool then? That is an interesting point. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at that 2-2 draw with Arsenal. Make us feel good. So Liverpool line up currently under Arnie SLOT in a 4-2-3-1. So he's going wing back, isn't he? It's obvious, but I just thought I'd point it out to you anyway. that if he does mix it up and goes 4-3-3, he could end up being Conor Bradley would still get a game in a 4-3-3 because you would push Frimpong up onto the right side of the midfield, which would be super excited. They've also tried to sign Angelo Stiller from Stuttgart, but legend has it that he's no relation to Ben Stiller. That was my joke. He's not coming because Stiller has signed a contract extension at Stuttgart. That's what you can expect. And it was a fascinating piece from Sky. Here we go. Look, this was also this afternoon. This is a matter of minutes ago. Minutes on my watch. Liverpool talks with Bayer Leverkusen. This is according to Sky Sports. And if you come down, they do some even more in-depth analysis as to what you're going to get. So here's a comparison from Peter Smith of Sky Sports. Trent ALEXANDER-ARNOLD and Jeremy Frimpong are among the top players in their positions in world football, but are very different players with very different styles. If Liverpool were to sign the Dutchman this summer, he could transform their attacking game plan. While ALEXANDER-ARNOLD is renowned for his array of passing, putting his teammates into dangerous positions, well, not like life-threatening, but, attacking positions, or dangerous positions for a defensive team, or a team in a defensive transitional play, with balls into the box or crossfield deliveries, Frimpong progresses his team up the pitch with his running and carrying the ball. Yeah, he's got high progressive ball carrying skills, and there's some stats here that Trent has made 16 through balls this season, Frimpong just 2, and yet the Dutchman has attempted 168 take-ons. That means when the ball's at your feet and you're running at your opposing player, be that another wide midfielder or a right back or even a centre back. So yeah, Frimpong has attempted 168 take-ons, while as Trent is just 82. Again, maybe that could be down to the change of Arnie SLOT's system. Seems very rigid in terms of what he wants from players, whereas under Jurgen Klopp with his turkey teeth, it was more like, you go and express yourself, son. Anyway, it's worked, hasn't it? Because Liverpool did win the Premier League this season. And there's a heat map as well, just to show the effectiveness. Again, Frimpong, he's starting more on the right side of midfield just before the halfway line-ish, and he's bombing further into dangerous zones into the final attacking third, which is no surprise in then that his progressive ball carrying into the final third is going to be a lot higher because he's playing higher up the pitch and he's given more freedom to do so in that 3-4-3. This was interesting as well. Let's put that on the big screen and shift my head out of the way. There's last 2 seasons comparisons. Goals from open play. Trent's got 4. Frimpong's got 14. Assists during open play. 7 for Trent. 12 for Frimpong. Big chances. Alexander-Arnold edges that one. Oh, I didn't edge it. He's doubled it, right? It's 31 big chances created versus Frimpong's 15. More through balls, as we've already talked about. 16 against Frimpong's 2. But the take-ons and the tackles, yeah, Trent does more of that dirty work. But again, he's 24. He's got the world in front of him. He's a fast attacking threat. And as we've looked at from these kind of stats as well, you can expect per game. You still expect 1 tackle. Sorry, there you are. You still expect 1 tackle, 0.2 interceptions and some fouls, because that proves that he's getting stuck in. That's on a per game basis. Actually, overall, it's a lot higher because he's playing in more competitions. Anyway, just confirmation again then from Florian Plettenberg, again, trusted Sky Sports reporter, covers the Bundesliga, covers Bayern Munich. Jeremy Frimpong and Liverpool are on the verge of reaching a verbal agreement. Talks are progressing with additional details still to be clarified. Frimpong's ready. Slot wants him. 35 to 40 million euro. This could be happening today, or at least very soon. What do you think? What do you think about Frimpong coming to Liverpool? Because it feels like it's 95% there. What are your thoughts? What do you know about him? What have you liked about him? What don't you like about him? How do you think he'll transform that Liverpool team? And how sad are you to see Trent Alexander-Arnold go? I guess that's a question there for all die-hard or even passive Liverpool fans. What do you think? How weaker will Leverkusen be? That feels like a rhetorical question. How weaker will Leverkusen be without the likes of Jeremy Frimpong? Before you even start taking Florian Wirtz, Victor Boniface and Patrick Schick out of the equation, because apparently they all want to go. Now that Xabi Alonso's gone, literally gone, everyone seems to be wanting to follow him. Well, ideally they'd probably follow him to Real Madrid for the money, but for the potential success. Anyway, what do you think? You know the drill by now. Let us know in the comment section down below. And again, please find it in your heart if you can to like this video, to subscribe to the channel for more content like these daily transfer talk updates, and spread the word. Again, tell your classmates, tell your workmates, tell your family, just spread the word. Bring them all in, because we love interacting with you all here. We love creating these videos. I do this on a full-time basis. I'm committed. I know you are. Talk to you very soon. Ciao, ciao, ciao for now.